All right, we are joined by Martu Freeman Parker. Thank you so much for joining me today on this hectic Monday afternoon.
You're more than welcome. I love it.
So, the reason why we have Martu on, she's going to share the truth with you. I know her to be just one of the realest people I've ever met. And not only that, she is soaring in her business and she inspires me as a woman, as a female entrepreneur to just, go by faith and use my skill set to really take me to the level that I can't even imagine. And so it's with honor, that I interview you today. So thank you again for joining me.
Thank you so much for having me. It makes me feel so special.
Well, Martu is, before we dive into this interview, Martu is the owner and the CEO of M.E.F Productions. And I want you to tell everyone a little bit about what you do.
So my primary goal is to work with people in the fashion industry, people who want to get into the industry or in the industry and they just need help and guidance. So my company has structures that helps people get what they want as far as their product, getting product made overseas, here in the locally or nationally. Also, just creating a foundation for them to succeed further past they can ever imagine.
Beautiful. So tell us a little bit about your journey to where you are now.
Well, my business started in 1999 when I moved to New York to pursue my dream of being in the fashion industry. I learned quickly that a lot of people in the industry didn't know how to get into the industry. They knew their design, they were designers or pattern makers, but they didn't know how to become independent. And that's something that I grasped really early. And I just started helping people that I knew get to where they wanted to do on their own. So it's just been something that I've known and I've always just wanted to help. I love designers. I love creative people. And I have two sides that work. I have the business side and the creative side. So I'm able to function as a business person and as a creative person. And a lot of people can't do that. And I realized that really early. And I just, zoomed in on it and started to make a little bit of money from it. And that's just how M.E.F Productions LLC started.
Yeah. And you're right. That's not a quality that a lot of people possess both of, at least not innately.
No.
Like for me, I know I have a lot of creativity, but when it comes to the business side of things, that's been where I've had to do the most education and the most learning. And still, I'll continue to learn in terms of the business side. So that's a rare skill set.
Yeah, I always, I won't say I love money. And not just like the cash and money in your pocket, but just like the psychology behind money and how people react to money and how people react to things. So I was always intrigued by that. So I know creativity is something that a lot of people have and it creates money. It attracts money. And a lot of creative people don't know how to get the money. They give their things away. They give their services away. I was one of those people that did that up into my 30s, give away everything because it's free, it's creativity, but it's also, could be monetized. So I just learned how to help others see that and just see their value in their trade or their talents. And that's something that, I don't know, I just knew like early that it was something that a lot of people just didn't see because I was always surrounded by creative people who could be millionaires, and some are now, and they just didn't see it.
Yeah, that's definitely I know that it's something that a lot of creative people probably would just like latch onto if they knew about you, right?
Yeah, they do.
So the more that you get your name out there, I'm pretty sure that it's like a no-brainer for people to be like, yes, I need you. I need your services. Because I do know a lot of creative people who are making great things like jewelry or clothes or whatever their expertise is, but it just doesn't translate when it comes to making a living out of it.
Yeah, no money.
Yeah. So that's key, the sustainability. So let me know, what do you credit to your success? What is it that you would say are like the one or two things that allow you to do what you do and do it so well?
I think one thing that I can always just say, without hesitation is my passion. Like, I absolutely love fashion. I've never done anything else. I've never worked in any other industry, and I never wanted to. Like, I just always knew I was going to work in fashion. I thought I was going to be a designer. I got into design, didn't really care for it too much. Loved the business part of it. Loved the psychology of fashion. Loved every aspect of fashion. And I just knew that I was always going to be working in this industry. So I don't have any other place to go because I have put myself in this box and I refuse to let go of it.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I know and that's what I love.
Yeah.
So I don't think of any other
There's
option.
no plan B.
No, this is it.
Yeah.
This is
There you
it.
go.
And yeah, it's been it since I probably was about 10 or 11 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was it.
I know you've traveled the world.
Yeah.
And you've definitely had a lot of experiences. Tell us a little bit about, what you've seen in terms of culture around fashion in different places. Like, what inspires you? What is it that you see as nuances between maybe Western world and in different places?
Well, I like to go back to my culture because I'm African. Both my parents are African. My mom is Liberian. My dad is from Sierra Leone. And, fashion in that sense is all cultural based. And for me, I just realized, I grew up in a very confident household where my dad knew he was fly, the minute he came in the house. And my mom was sexy, like those were just truths. Like
Right.
from the minute I was born, like your mom was beautiful and gorgeous and fly, and your dad was too.
Yeah.
And we were gorgeous and we were always dressed nice.
Yeah.
So so it was a lot of confidence in how we looked. And as I got older, I realized when I started mingling with other cultures, a lot of kids didn't get that. They didn't get that their dad was handsome. Like my dad would take a shower and put cologne on and dare us not to hug him. He was the man. And like, that's the kind of confidence I came, I was brought up around.
Yeah.
And uncles were the same. They got dressed and it was like, take a picture of me.
Swag.
And it was swag all over the place.
Yeah.
And African men are very confident, in whatever stage they are in their lives. Like, they are who, they're who they are supposed to be, and they're beautiful and handsome.
Yeah.
And they just believe that.
Yeah.
And you grow up believing that too. And then when I got older and started hanging with other people, I realized you don't think you're fly, like you don't think you're sexy, you don't think you're beautiful, because people weren't told that.
Right.
Where we were told that, and like our mom was beautiful, period.
So you guys just owned it.
Yeah, it was something
yeah.
that your body was beautiful. When you developed, you were beautiful. It was just certain things that were just okay. And then I would have friends who were like, and I'm like, you don't see, I just didn't understand it. But it was definitely from my culture and my upbringing, what I saw and how my family, clothes was important, getting dressed and looking good. But even when we were we were all beautiful and, fly and, handsome and all those good things. So that's one thing. And then traveling, I realized how closed off Americans are. We're very stereotypical when it comes to fashion. You're either, you dress this way because you're into grunge, or you dress this way because you have money. Where overseas, London, you dress whatever way you want. You don't know how much money someone has by the way they dress. So that was something that was very shocking to me, because money here is very, it's more of a status.
Yeah.
And there it's just it's art. It's art, and they believe in clothes. They believe in artistic values, and it was just being creative was just how you live. So that was very inspiring to me. And then going to Italy, where women were just I've never seen well-dressed women in my life that were just well-dressed with jeans on. They were just put together so perfectly. And then you realize as an American, I don't dress good. Really, we don't not dress good. These women were old, young, and they were just so put together, and there was so much emphasis on like perfection in a way, but like what a woman should be, you know, and
Femininity.
yeah, just very just beautiful and not like alluring, but not like sexy.
Sensual.
Yeah,
Yeah, sensual,
and
but not overly sexual.
exactly,
Yeah.
and you know, their bodies were, you know, very shapely, hair done. It was just very different. It wasn't like in your face, but like, you know, you're looking at other women like, damn, you know, like literally
Like,
looking.
I need to set my game up.
Exactly, and I felt that way when I was in Italy. I'm like, these
Yeah.
women are amazing.
Wow.
And the same with French women. So, you know, you get to see what a woman, what their culture brings out of them, or what their culture tells them about themselves. And over there, it's totally different, a totally different message than what we get here.
Yeah.
You know, we're still struggling to figure out what's sexy and what's not.
Yeah.
You know, and it's a shame because we're like moving fashion. We're like the most consumers of fashion, and we don't know, you know, simple things as like what's sexy, what's, you know, what's beautiful. It's all these other things that come into play.
Well, that's where you come in.
Yeah.
Yeah, thankfully we have M.E.F. Productions to set us right.
Yes, I help designers kind of figure out their place and who they want to be, and I try to tell them to just go with your gut and be who you want to be. Stop trying to emulate or do what other people are doing. Do what you want to do, and then figure it out from there.
Yeah.
A lot of people come to me and say, "Oh, this is selling and this is happening," but what do you want?
It sounds like you're a coach, like a
I
fashion
do. I
coach.
do design. I call it design coaching.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's a new
bring the
term.
best out of people.
Yeah, because a lot of designers want to just make money, and I get it. But you know, everybody's just making money. You want to connect to your customers, and that's so important. Customers we want to be connected, regardless if it's clothes or shoes or sock. Like, you want to be connected to who's making it. You want to feel like it's for you. And you know, if you're just making what everybody else is making, that means they can go anywhere and get it.
Absolutely.
So you know, I just try to have the designers have a connection to what they're doing, and usually they get something bigger than clothes. So. And that's what I get. I get like, oh, I get what I'm supposed to be doing or who I'm supposed to be designing for, because they never thought about that. They usually think about the money or, you know, the bright lights and the stars and the glitter and all
the
that
end
stuff.
game.
Yeah.
So one thing that stands out, and a lot of things that you have said to me during conversations that we've had, because you're also a friend, is, you know, we had a conversation not too long ago, and you were talking about how social media is not the driver of your business, right? And how you said you don't even really like push things like that, like on Instagram. I don't know if you have a Snapchat, do you?
I do. I don't know how to use it.
You don't know how to use okay. So I don't even have one yet. But it's amazing to me that you said there's certain things you haven't done, like you don't have a website. Or...
I've had a website, but I haven't had one in almost 5 years.
5 years.
Yeah.
Okay. And, you know, your emphasis is not on branding or rebranding or anything like that, but a lot of what you've been able to accomplish, especially as of late, is simply off of people knowing you, people knowing that I can trust Martu's word. And when you speak, it's gold. Right?
Yeah.
It's as good as gold. And so that spoke volumes to me, first and foremost about your character, because you've always seemed to me like you're a woman of integrity, first and foremost. But second of all, for you to be able to produce and create what you want your life to be simply off of connections, like real connections, not perception or not like grand exposure, but really just like one-on-one conversations where people are like, yes, I'm on board. That was very inspirational to me, and it stuck with me because I think that a lot of times we're bombarded with messages as business owners that we have to do the next bigger thing on social media. Like now everyone is telling me I got to do Snapchat because that's the way my audience is going to connect with me and really get to know me. And I'm just like, when does it stop?
It doesn't, because there's like 5 new things that's out there that's about to hit, and I'm afraid of those too. But I don't know. I just I had to learn who I am as a businesswoman, and what I've learned in I think about 4 years is that people trust me, and so I really had to figure out like what does that mean, like, and trying to figure it out. God does certain things, and like my resources have been very limited, and my passion hasn't dwindled. It's gotten bigger.
Yeah.
So I had to, feed my passion with what I had, and I had pretty much nothing but my word. So, I had to go out there, like, people say, oh, don't go, if you can't go to these events without a business card, but if you talk to me and you're interested in what I'm saying, you're going to ask my phone number.
Yeah.
And that's better than a business card because it's in your phone. So I would go out and people say, do you have a business? No, I don't, but you can take my number, and they would call me or they would text me. And I'm like, every chance I had to get a business card, I wouldn't, because I'm like, this is working. Like, and these are people that really want to connect with me, because you can give out a whole bunch of business cards, but who's going to really call you?
Yeah.
So I started getting things like that. Oh, you need a website, you need all these things. Like, I do have Instagram and I do have Facebook, but I use it very limited. I don't like overexpose myself, because like, you need to come and find me. Like, I don't want to be in your face all the time. And when I do something grand that I think you would appreciate or my clients would appreciate, I'll post it. But I don't put everything up, just because everyone doesn't need to know everything. And I feel like certain things people react to, like, I know when I go out and I go to a fashion event, people, I get so many comments. But if I go to like my family event or, they don't care. So I got that. So I'm like, okay, you don't want to know what she does on the other side. They want to know what I do business. And if I don't do things for 3 months, it's okay, because when I do post something, I get the same amount of people who respond and more, especially on Instagram. So I do focus on social media, but I can't give it my world. You know what I mean? Because what's been working for me is word of mouth. People like what I say, and they always say, well, I know someone, and they always follow up. So that's something that I haven't had to ever, do you cold call? No, I give people my information and they follow up.
Yeah.
So
that's simple.
I believe it's my initial conversation that hooks them.
Yeah.
And with that, I try to, like I say, I always try to tell the truth and be honest. I don't try to give fluff or, make you want to be interested in me. I can tell if you're interested or not, or if you value what I'm saying. And, that's how the conversation would go. And after we leave, usually you have my information. I try not to take too many people's information, because I don't want to be responsible, especially if you want my services.
Right.
I'm not going to take your information. I'm going to give you mine. If you want me, and it's not I'm not trying to be arrogant, but I don't want to have to call you and say, hey, do you need me? Like, one day you should look in your phone and realize you have me there, and you should call me. And I leave it like that. So
you're not chasing clients.
No, I don't. I used to really chase people, and I would chase them down, and they would become my clients, and I will pretty much work for free, and I would be unappreciated. And I would, and I don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
So I absolutely don't. I try not to take people's information. If there's something that I can do for them, I give them mine.
Got it.
Yeah.
So where do you see your business in 5 years?
Wow. I was just thinking about that coming down here. I do see my business standing without me. I do see M.E.F. Productions having maybe 4 or 5 associates who can handle the caseload. And I see me doing other things, and I don't know what. But I don't see me, sitting in an office space.
Right. Doing the grunt work.
Yeah, managing clients. I see me, always getting clients, because I'm going to always be out and about. But I do see myself doing other things and having a team of people that I trust, that people can trust, running the business and carrying on with what I started.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So building the infrastructure.
Exactly.
Yeah, so you can remove yourself from
absolutely
inside of the business.
Yeah, because I see other things. I just don't know exactly what yet, but I don't see myself on a day-to-day of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
And what would people be surprised to know about you?
I don't know. People are always interested in things that I do. I don't know. I don't know. I tend to be really serious, I guess, when I'm out and about in the social setting. But I'm silly. I laugh a lot. I love my son. That's my world. I dance all the time.
You do? You see, that I wouldn't have known.
I dance a lot. What my brother-in-law is intrigued by. He's like, I can't believe you I like Nas, I like Wu-Tang, I like Jadakiss, and those are the people, if I had to listen to rap music, I would listen to.
Very New York.
Very New York, very, and he's like, I just can't see you. I see you listening to jazz and
my God.
And I'm like, no, I listen to the stuff, the real stuff.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think I'm pretty average, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I don't do anything I work all the time, and that's fun for me. I work, so.
Because you love what you do.
Yeah, I work all the time, and those are the fun things. I don't watch TV. That's one thing people find interesting. I don't watch TV. I do, something's on, I'll sit and watch, but I don't have a favorite show.
I'm sure that makes you so much more productive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. I try. I used to be hooked on certain things, but I don't allow myself to do that. So I'm not a person that's watching TV, and I'm up on current events via emails and texts and people on Facebook putting the information out there, but I don't.
That's about it.
Yeah. I'm a little limited when it comes to that. So I don't know all the a lot of people on television and stars and stuff like that. I just don't know.
Yeah. So is there anything that you would like to share with the audience before we close out?
About me or just life?
About you.
About me.
Or actually, I would love for you to share a piece of advice.
Advice? Just be authentic to whatever you want to do, whatever you think you're supposed to be doing. I tell people just, put your big boy pants or your big girl pants on and let go of, the stereotypes or what you think you're supposed to be doing, and do what you know. I never had anyone tell me that I couldn't do anything in fashion. No one ever said, oh, you can't do that. In my world, my family and friends, no one ever said that to me. So it was never not possible. And I know a lot of people have those no's and the can'ts. I just try to tell people, just live in a world that is all yes, especially if it's something you want to do. And that's one thing I was blessed to have, but as I got older, I had to go back to that. Because as life got harder and things started to change, I had to go back to yeses because I was hearing a whole bunch of no's. So try to create your loves and let it be all yeses.
I love it. So how can people reach you?
Right now, I will have a website up in a couple of weeks, so it will be mefproductionsllc.com. You can reach me on Twitter at MEF Productions, Facebook MEF Productions, and Instagram MEF Productions. So I'm on all social media. I don't have the chat thing up, so don't look.
The chat thing.
I don't know. I don't want it. It's just weird to me. I don't want that.
So I'll do this for you because I have to get on Snapchat at some point. I told myself by January 1st, 2017, I'm going to get on. And once I do, I'll tell you how it goes and I'll walk you through it because I do find it a bit intimidating as well, each new thing. But Martu, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me, for thinking I'm interested enough to talk to you.
Absolutely. I'm always learning from you. But thank you all for listening and stay tuned for next time. You have a blessed day.